Hi ladies, Ali here from Clear Skin and Wellbeing. So today I thought I would show you how I do my face yoga for my jowls and also my nasal folds here. But before I do, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe and also please like. I upload a few times a week and it's all to do with beauty, health and a bit of hair also thrown in. So if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Right, now first things first, as we get old, we also lose collagen and elastin within our skin. And you know, it's a bit like going to the gym. If you don't actually use it, you tend to lose it. We have 43 muscles in our face, and you know, it's good to use them to keep our face as tight and as taut as we can without it all slinking down, if you like, and just starting to soften. Now the first thing I tend to do is I would wash my face, which I just have. Now I've washed my face thoroughly and also my hands, which is quite important. And also I'm sitting down on a chair with my feet straight onto the ground. You don't want to be doing any yoga exercises if your feet are in a cross-leg position, because then you're going to be slightly skew-whiff, if you like, and you want to be in complete alignment. Right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to tie my hair back. Got a hair clip here. Right, now once you've washed your face, if you've got quite oily skin, you can go straight on to using an oil of some description. Plant-based is probably better, something like rosehip oil, which I absolutely love, or you could use prickly pear seed oil, but I'm going to use my trusted organic rosehip oil. If your face is slightly on the dry side, you can actually use a serum first and then put an oil on, because then that will seal in all the moisture within the skin. The actual rosehip oil acts basically as a slip, and it's really important because when you're doing facial exercises, you don't want to be you need slip, you don't want to be sort of stretching the skin too much and creating more wrinkles. What I'm going to use today, and just very quickly, I'm not sponsored on any of these products, is a product called Make, and it's from Somerset, and it's somebody who sort of makes them in small batches. What I like about it, it's organic and it's all full of floral, natural, what does it say here? Made from pure blend of natural waters, and pretty little container here in glass. So what you could do first, if you've got any nice spray, is to just give your face just a couple of spritz, and that will just help sink it in, but also doing the neck. Now I have already done a previous video on the neck, yoga for the neck, and we're starting to work our way up, but I'll still today do a tiny bit on the neck because it's all connected to all this part anyway. So we'll start a bit here, work on here, and then a little bit on here, and then I'll do some more yoga, working my way up onto the rest of the face in next videos. Right, so now that's slightly disintegrated into the skin, I will then put on just 1 or 2 drops of my rosehip oil. Let's do another drop. And then I would just warm it through and gently place it on. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to, first of all, I like to warm up the face, the parts I'm going to do, which is warm up this part and this part. I'm going to warm the face up first, and then we'll do just a few yoga exercises on the face, and then I'll just finish off with just a little bit of lymphatic, because whatever you're doing to the face, it's all going, any toxins are going to remain there and you want to kind of release it. So we're going to do those 3 things, and I think it's really important when doing face yoga. It's a bit like going to the gym and not doing your stretches first and going straight into running on the running machine. You're more likely to have an injury and it's not so good for you. And I would say it's the same with the face actually. It's good to just warm it up first, warm it through, get the muscles nice and relaxed and the tension out of the face. then it's great to do some exercises. You don't want to be doing exercises with a tense face. Also, just very quickly, if you do have a bad back, please see a doctor first, or if you've got any underlying health conditions or issues, or if anything hurts. If you do have acne or rosacea, this may not be the one for you. Just also seek medical advice. Right, so what I'm going to do first, as I say, I won't touch this part today, we'll just work on this. And I'll just, first of all, just slowly start warming the neck up. And I would work in an upward motion. You don't want to be dragging the neck down. I tend to start here. I don't like to go right in the middle on the larynx, just working up here and up to the jawline. Now we have a lot of lymph in our face and all lymph nodes along here, and particularly the back of the ears and the back of the neck. So we want to be moving it sort of along here. I have already done a previous video on lymph if you'd like to go back on that at some stage. It's quite an interesting one. Obviously the lymph, you work slightly lighter. When you're doing your face yoga and you're getting those muscles working, you do want to go in slightly harder with your fingers. Well, I certainly do anyway. But first of all, we'll just work it slightly lighter. And then on the other side. Although I go up here on the front of the neck, I do tend to go down on the back parts, and that's the only part I do go down on. Right, now let's just work a bit here as well. Let's start working from the chin to the jawline, just working up, upward motions. Don't want to be going down. Another important thing to do when you're doing face yoga is try not to put any more tension into other parts of the face. For instance, you don't want this part here or this part here to be tensed and clenched. You don't want to be creating any new wrinkles. So that's all nice and warmed up. Do that there. And then again on that side. Just warming it through. It helps stimulate collagen. And this does help also release any tension within the face. And it's surprising how much tension we do hold in the face and the jawline. Right, so that's quite nice. Right, first thing I would do is I'll start here and I'll just do a sort of a pinching motion, just quite lightly. And I just go up again. Again, so it just starts working those jowls. I mean, you could do this 2 or 3 times a week. Depends how much time you have. Obviously, the more time you have, the quicker the results. I think I'll do this, I've lost count, 5 times, so I'll do it one more time. And it's working now. And then go on this side. Oh, turn away. You're just using your thumb and your fingers here, and just so you're working underneath, pinching, as well as on the top, you can see. Right, just do another couple of times. You may find when you're doing work on, on the face, you may want to start sort of swallowing. You can sort of feel, it starts to release everything, if you like. So if you've got hay fever or you've had a cold or just anything like that, you just want to swallow. Well, I certainly do anyway. Right, now just release that out. Right, one thing I like to do is get my fingers and just clench them like this, like so, and then just go up here. Now you don't want to be putting any tension onto near your eyes, just hold in here so it's under your cheek. Just hold that for a few moments. Applying some pressure, and then move across slightly more. Start lifting everything up. And then again, a bit further back. You can feel where the cheek parts are, and that's where a lot of our lymph is as well. So again, go up. And again there. Do it one last time. Now, when you're doing these exercises, make sure that you're not, hunched over, that you're nice and straight, because you don't want to be adding tension to your back and also your neck. And then one last one here. Now, another good one to do is, again, doing the same motion as we've done, because we've kind of warmed this up now. And you can actually make almost an O with your mouth, and you can feel the tension. Just a little bit, go. And then that one. And it looks kind of funny. We'll do it one last time. Right, okay. Now, just under the cheekbone here and here, you've got a nice little bit here. You can sort of feel it comes from the nose all the way down. And if you can just work that area slightly, that will also define the chin. The cheek. It also starts to stretch out this part, the folds here. Unfortunately, I am a side sleeper. I have tried sleeping on my back and I find it very hard, and I always end up going to the side. And because of that, my face does get scrunched up on this side. And unfortunately, I do have more of a line here from just, constantly sleeping on the side and scrunching my face. It's definitely getting better with all the work I've been doing on it. It doesn't show as much. Okay, and then on this side here. So again, you can feel just under those parts there. And just move some things around. Just release some of that tension from the exercises we've just done there. Right. Now, the next one I like to do, and it's one which, so I'm just going to do this bit first. You sort of go by feel. I just feel I need to just sort of stretch that out a bit there. And then I'm going to do a couple of fish sort of yoga poses on the face, if you like. When you're doing this, you want to do that, go an upward motion. As I say, you don't want to be going up too high on there. But if you can also move your mouth down a little bit, you start to get a bit more tension, and that can really help. You can feel the tension. You go just slowly, you don't need to go too fast. I do like to do things in a fast motion, but sometimes you see, and then it just smooths everything out, and it just feels set, and it just starts to sculpt. So again, move your cheek like this, your mouth, and just going under where we said that part of the cheek there to here. Let's just do this side, and then we'll do the... Right, now one move which is actually, it's a very good one, and not, it's one that, you know, it's like a sort of the puffer fish, if you like, so that's a very good one. So what I would do, a couple of deep breaths from the, if you can breathe in from your stomach rather than your chest, in through them, nose and out through the mouth. It just gets the blood circulating and into the head slightly more as well. So big deep breath, and then just do one side and then move to the other. And release. You can do that as many times as you like, and obviously if you hold it in with both, you know, with both the air in both your cheeks, hold it for a long time. If you can hold it until it actually starts to hurt, that's a really good one as well. So, and another, that's an exercise you can do even when you're driving in the car. The other one is by actually pursing your lips together. So for instance, that also works this area as well, if you can see. You start to use these muscles here. Another thing you can do when you're pursing your lips is purse your lips, and again work this in a motion. If I can just show you. So here we go. That's a really good one for that. And then we'll just work a little bit further onto the neck here. Now again, you can just hold onto your neck, just sort of hold onto the back here, add a little bit of tension, not too much, and then just look down and then press back with the tension. If you can pretend, you know, when you want to swallow, if you can make that sort of thing by putting the tongue onto the roof of your mouth, so you've got this effect. And if you can hold your neck at the same time, just pushing it slightly forward, that will also help. And you can feel it here. And you could do that a few times as well. Right, so we've almost finished. So now we've done a bit of work on this part, so we've done a bit of work on the neck. Last thing I like to do is just, you know, a little bit of feathering, if you like, just to sort of break it all up. Get that lymph going. Just, you know, just use as many fingers as you can really, and just work towards the ear, feathering motion. Also on the neck. That always feels quite nice. Right, so with any work we've done on the face, it's always quite important to release. So you've done all the work and you've got all the toxins and it's all here. You don't want it sitting in the head. So you want to release it down and into your body, as I always say, for elimination. So what I would do here is I would just release here by the ears and work down into small circular motions to just behind the ear. Right, and then once you get to this part, if you can just push down very gently, just behind the neck. So you don't want to be pushing down at the front, but just behind the neck, just to get some of that lymph coming down. And then once we get to the collarbone, to these parts here, you just want to give these just a few pumps. And what this does, it just releases all that lymph, all that work we've done when we've been, stimulating the collagen, working the muscles, and also part of the lymph as well. And that just releases it down into the rest of the body for elimination. So I hope you enjoyed this yoga tutorial today on the jowls and also on those nasal folds here. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and also please like. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye.